one at a time. One at a time, walk into the meeting and then leave, and I just want you to experience it, remember what you experienced, and then walk back out and let the next person come in. When we're all done, we'll do it a little differently. Okay, go. Oh, hi. I'm Steve.
Good morning, I'm Ryan.
Okay, all right, go outside. Just want you to experience that much of it. Next.
Back of the line.
Hi, I'm Steve.
Hi, I'm Brooke.
Okay, that's it. I just want you to experience that much of it. Next. Hi, I'm Steve. Okay. Remember the experience when you walk in. Come on.
Good morning.
By the way, we have things on our Facebook. Okay, next.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Steve.
I'm Crystal.
Good to meet you. Hi, I'm Steve.
Steve, walking into the principal's office. I'm Danielle.
Okay. All right, how many more we got? Okay, come on, keep coming. Two more. Okay. We come in twos, but before we do that, I would like Brooke and Rob and Fred and Danielle. You guys come on in here with me. Okay. So the experience that I want you to experience is what it's like as a visitor when you walk into a room and there's only one person in here. Now you're going to see what it's like when there's 5 or 6 in here. And then you're going to have when the room is much more full. Okay. Come on, just two at a time. Two at a time. Hey, good to see you. Okay, quick, we got to have you go back out now. Next two. I'm sorry, we just got it. We're doing this way too fast.
2 at a time.
Hi, good to see you here. All right, back out.
Sorry.
Hi, Catherine. I'm Steve. Come on. Back out. Morning, Fred. Good to meet you. Okay, so now, you guys go back on the glass. Okay. Pat, have you been in? Okay, come on in.
I guess they got managed.
I'm so excited to share business.
Okay, have a seat. I only have 10 minutes. Have a seat. I'll give you some questions. And the first question I'm going to have is, what was the difference when you walked in and there was one person versus when there were 5 or 6 versus when the whole room was full? How did you feel?
More inviting?
Energy.
More inviting? What else?
It was high energy.
High energy? Was
Yeah.
that important?
Yeah.
What if you were a visitor and you were going to join the group? How would you feel when you walked in and saw 1 versus when you saw 6 versus when you saw the whole room?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I walked in when I first came here, and I was a little overwhelmed, only because I've never been to something like this. But meeting nice and genuine people like this, and then introducing themselves and just having a great conversation, it was amazing. It felt welcome.
Yeah. So it overcame it. Go ahead.
Along those lines, my first one was actually held at Big Biscuit, which I highly recommend to do that again. But Pat actually came over and sat with me because it was overwhelming. I didn't know exactly what to expect.
Where's Pat? There you go, Pat.
Started chatting, and then I was sold from that point on.
Okay.
I loved it. I first went to BNI meeting about 20 years ago, around the same as you, and that was at a restaurant in Overland Park, and I was super overwhelmed, but there was one person who came over and had me sit with them.
How did you feel today
How did I feel today?
when you walked in? 1 versus 6?
I felt very energized, very welcome.
By the 1?
By every, oh, you mean like at the beginning?
Yeah, how did you feel compared 1 to?
At the beginning, I felt like I wanted to walk out.
Okay.
And then
Nathan,
when-
how did you feel? 1 versus 6 versus everybody.
I mean, I'm kind of trying to think of what it would be like to be a visitor, because I know all these people, right? But if you walk in and you're the only person in the room, you're probably immediately like, Am I in the wrong place? Is anyone gonna show up? What is happening right now?
Yeah, do I even wanna show up?
Right.
Yeah.
But when there's a bunch of people hanging out, all talking, obviously friendly, then your brain's kinda like, oh, what's this? I wanna be a part of this.
Okay, so is first impression important?
Absolutely.
Is it more important than a later impression? I think so. I think first is the most. Now I've gotta ask Angela a question. Because Angela walked in here this morning, and there was one person in here, and it was me.